Was ist los, meine Damen und Herren? This is Bronco Juggalo, and it is day 2 of Wild Eye Week. Can you dig it? Guys, today we are doing Hell's Kitty 2018. Directed and starring Nicholas Tennant, this is a movie about a guy who wears onesies and has a satanic pussy. Cat, that is. A cat with a major jealousy issue who's out for blood. And this guy is falling in love with his fucking cat. I mean, literally falling in love, like wanting to sleep with it. What the fuck is going on in this movie? As I said, supposedly based on true events, but I don't know how far I'd go with that. Maybe he really liked his cat, that's all. And he decided to write this little movie around it. On the back of the case, it says it's 88 minutes. It's actually more like an hour and 36, 37 minutes. So that was a bit off. And unfortunately, it leads me to my first con. This movie is quite a bit longer than it needs to be. I think that they could have cut some of the things out of the middle and made it a little more tight, a little more succinct. It would have been a better film. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad film, because this is actually a very, very good film. But I just think that the pacing has some issues, and it kind of drags a bit down in the middle. There is a Psycho tribute in this movie that they actually switched to black and white for. I was not a fan of that. I did not like the switch to black and white. It looks weird and awkward, and I just didn't think it looked right with this particular film. Now, this movie is all about the cameos, guys, and starring in this film in different roles, we have Adrienne Barbeau, Michael Berryman, Doug Jones, Lee Merriweather, Courtney Gaines, and John Franklin. That's my first pros, all the awesome cameos, because with every cameo came a tribute to the films they were in. There is something specially written just for each person, for their characters from other films. And it's a really cool and imaginative way to continue the story. Now, as I said, a little bit of it could have been cut out, and they could have just made it a little bit tighter, and it would have been better to me, but everybody else I talked to just absolutely loves it. So take what I say with a grain of salt, judge it for yourself, and let me know what you think. It's definitely an interesting story, to say the least. Something you don't see every day, and I don't know if it's something I really want to explore further, but it definitely made for an interesting and unique storyline, and therefore, in my opinion, it also made it for an absurd storyline, but that made it funny. And the humor in this movie was definitely great. The humor is a big pro for me in this film. Definitely enjoyed that. This was a pretty decent, funny film. As I said, I love all the references to the different stars, the different horror icons that are in this film. And not just horror icons. Lee Merriweather, who you may know played Catwoman on the Batman 66 show. There's a tribute to her as Catwoman. It talks about her having 9 lives and this and that, and she does the Catwoman thing. And it was pretty cool. I really did enjoy that part. There is, as I said, a Psycho tribute. There is a Killer Clowns tribute, which I fucking love the Killer Clowns tribute, guys. That was a big time pro for me. I definitely love that sequence. One thing I found hilarious about this movie is there's people dying all over the place. And all the people surrounding this guy are just like, whatever. His therapist, the guy, he's the other, well, I don't want to give it away, but there's some people in this film that he gets close to that there's just death all around, and nobody seems to be bothered by this at all. Even the detectives that come to investigate are not bothered by it at all. And it just, nothing ever comes of that, nothing ever happens with that. It just kind of goes away, As this movie took a big left turn and did only what I can assume to be a Rocky Horror Picture Show tribute, and I thought it was fucking brilliant. I loved that. It was so much fun, so funny, and so out of place that it made for an even better segment. Guys, I definitely do recommend Hell's Kitty. This is definitely a movie you want to check out for yourself. As I said, just my opinion, it was a little too long, but other than that, this was a really fucking good movie. Definitely go and check this out for yourself. Thank you to Wild Eye for all you've done for me. Thank you for just being awesome and for putting out great content for me to watch. Guys, I cannot wait. This has been a lot of fun already. It's only been 2 days, and I can't wait to get to the rest of the fucking reviews. So let's get on with it. Day 3 is right around the corner. This is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.